WonderCon 2019 world premiere tonight, Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's all thanks to this man right here, Marley Halpern-Graser, the screenwriter and adapter of this phenomenal comic that Freddie Williams II was able to watercolor and drew us even more. How are you this afternoon?
I'm well.
Yeah. What's it like taking this property, or these two properties that have been beloved, 80 years of Batman this year, nearly 35 years of, actually it is the 35th anniversary of Ninja Turtles this year, you know, combining the two for a animated feature and having all that responsibility on your shoulders to entertain us crazy fanboys?
It was a lot. It was a great honor, and I took the responsibility heavily. The thing that made it manageable was that the James Tynion and Freddie Williams comic did already exist, and so I was able to mostly focus on adapting it as faithfully as I could into the format of a 70-minute animated movie. And so we made a couple changes right at the beginning that necessitated rippling changes. The biggest thing is we decided to not have it be two different dimensions. We decided to say that Gotham and New York both exist in this world, and the Ninja Turtles could drive there. And so if you're familiar with the comic, a lot of the plot of the comic has to do with interdimensional travel and like all the villain MacGuffins have to do with that. So when we decided to make that change, that meant a lot was going to have to shift in the plot. And so it sort of became my mission to, within making those changes, keep as many scenes from the comic as I could and keep the overall structure of the comic as faithful as I could. I really want this to feel like an adaptation of the comic.
Well, that's what we're hoping to find out in about an hour. Yes. By the way, I do love the Jorge Gutierrez pin on the lapel.
Thank you. I'm a very big fan of Jorge's. I worked with him very briefly, and I'm really excited. That means I can pretend that he's my good close friend.
At least he recognizes you at the convention.
Yes, exactly.
When adapting something like that and taking out the interdimensional changes between the two worlds of Gotham and New York City, you know, and still trying to keep it true to the comic, how many revisions does it take? And how many people are over your shoulder going, no, no, no?
My little bit of writing advice that I can give to everybody is have a really strong outline, and then you don't have to revise your script as much. So I probably did a couple drafts of the outline and then a couple drafts of the script, and then we were doing tweaks right till the end. We were going in ADR and writing new lines and adding new jokes and tweaking little things and going in and having the actors dub in the new lines right at the end. So you basically don't stop working on it until they tell you have to, and then you send it out and hope that you did a good job. As far as people looking over the shoulder, it was pretty symmetrical because even though Warner Brothers and DC are like sister companies, we still get feedback and guidance from the DC executives, the DC bosses. So we were given a lot of creative freedom from DC and Nickelodeon to do what we wanted to do, and then we basically would show it to Nickelodeon and be like, is this okay? Is this what the Turtles are supposed to be like? And they'd be like, yeah. And then we'd show it to DC and be like, is this okay? Is this what Batman's supposed to be like? And they'd be like, yeah. And we're like, oh, thank goodness. So it was nice to know that if we pushed any character too far, that someone who knows better than us would tell us, hey, maybe don't do that, which let us take all the chances we wanted, knowing that someone would stop us if it was a huge mistake, and they didn't stop us. So we'll see if it was a huge mistake.
Beautiful. Well, we're looking forward to it. I have to leave you with this one final question. Very 1980s pro wrestling reference. What was your Barry Horowitz pat yourself on the back moment with the interaction between Batman and the Ninja Turtles?
Between Batman and the Ninja Turtles, I can't. The one I'm most proud of is definitely a spoiler, so I can't say. But it involves some catchphrase switching.
Okay. And what about the villains amongst themselves?
The villains I definitely know, which is it was really fun to write Shredder and Ra's al Ghul as basically sniping. They're always sniping at each other, very unhappy that they need to team up at all. The fun thing about villain team-ups is that they hate it. They hate teaming up. Every villain thinks that they're the top villain. Villains want minions, not teammates. And so it was very fun writing the two villains just sort of hating the fact that they have to be teamed up at all.
Fantastic. Marley, thank you so much for your time. Batman vs. Ninja Turtles world premiere today at WonderCon, out on digital May 14th. Yes, finally got that one right. And on Blu-ray, June 4th. And I know I got that one right because I sneaked a peek. Buy them when you can because we're looking forward to it right now.